Right, welcome guys to another video on this channel, and today we are covering the 4th race of the STSR BTCC 1993 Championship, and we're here at Oulton Park Fosters for the 4th round of the championship. And before I start this video, I just want to say sorry to my harsh criticism or my wordings on the last race here at Snetterton, and because I was a bit harsh to some drivers and just want to apologize for it. I just got notified that I should stop this and I tried to change it, so sorry to those guys. And I also want to apologize for the long break here between the last race and this race. I had a lot of stuff to do concerning school and so on, and school is takes a bit more priority than this eventually, so sorry for this. But anyway, let's go on with this race. And as I've told you, we are driving here at Oulton Park. We're using the Foster's variation of this circuit, and this variation is 2.6 kilometers long. And as you can see, we haven't really driven on this configuration at least, but we've driven on the island and the international configurations before. So Oulton Park isn't completely new to us, but this variation of the circuit is. And now it's time to look at the starting grid for the first race of the weekend. And we see Lorenzo Turri on pole again with a 0:59.581. So it's a very short circuit, and Mike Bell takes the second spot of the grid with 5/10 behind Turri. But look at the gap between the second and third driver. And Roy Cobb takes third with 1,000th of a second behind Bell. And then we have Simpson, Osborne, Melis and Sneef on the next places. And then we have Matt Hole in his Vauxhall again on P8. Already 4 seconds off the pace, but he made a mistake in the qualifying lap. The same goes to Pekka Litalo in P9, and he's last, sadly, with a huge gap. But as I've told you, he's made a mistake in this qualifying lap, so this explains the huge gaps. And now we look into the first race of the weekend. It's lights out and away we go. It looks like Turri's got a brilliant start. The same goes to Roy Cobb, and it's a 4-1-2 after the first corner. Or can Mike Bell potentially come back? There we see some drivers going off-road. And I think it was Matt Hall. And there are some collisions in the back. It seems like Mike has hit Roy. And Mike goes for the Spinella move. Oh dear, there's already some chaos there at the start. And we need to have a look into the replay here. And this is Johannes Medes' view? I think it is. He had a good start. He's already alongside Simpson. And there's Sneef. Oh, he spun. Oh, he's not really spun, but he's lost control of his car and he's dropped back to last. So we need to have a better view of what happened. There we see it from Pekka's view. Oh, they were 3 wide into the first corner. It could have worked, but sadly it didn't, and Medes got screwed over by the game eventually by the stupid collision physics, I have to say. And here we see Mike Bell. He hasn't got the best start. Look at Roy. He's just flew past him. And now we go into the first corner. Mike had a better exit eventually. He was a bit alongside him. Oh, there was no space eventually. Roy was so lucky to catch the car, but Mike sadly wasn't that lucky. That was really unfortunate. But this eventually helps David to climb up to third after the first lap eventually. And here we see Melis fighting back after this little bug, I would say. He's already past Pekka. I think Pekka won't really defend really aggressively. As an independent, he needs to care about his car eventually to not cause that much damage. And here we see Sneef. He's alongside Simpson. Is he going for it? No, he doesn't. He wasn't that close enough, and he stays behind Simpson. Good battling here already. And there we see Matt Hole's view. He goes a bit off. And this is an easy move here from Melis. And now we go with Melis view eventually, and he's behind Sneef. He makes a mistake, and that's another switch here between the Renault drivers. Then there we see the lag of Sneef again. The Sneevy tactic, I would say. Or as many would say, eventually the Sneevy tactic. In a very humorous way eventually. And there we see Osborne Bell. And Osborne signaling, yeah, go by, potentially. And Mike goes by successfully. So, nice teamwork here between these two. It's actually great to see teamwork in a huge level here. And here we see Packer going off-road. And he fell through the map. So, this is a nice thing to see. Packer fell through the map. And he's out of this race eventually. And here we see Melis now chasing Simpson. Is he now going for the move in the final corner? I just wanted to say a quick reminder of 92, where these two seemed to have collided, but it eventually was a game bug, eventually, which caused Simpson to retire at the end of a huge battle between these two. So, maybe they were a bit cautious this time. But anyway, Melis goes by, but still, nice battling here between the Renaults and the Toyota driver. So this is great to see. And, yeah, there was some... I think Melis can now maybe pull away, because he's caught up to them quite easily. But, yeah, it was still a nice move here. And now we see Sneef going alongside Simpson. He's doing the same what his teammate is doing, so good work there from Michael. And he's up a place. And this will be good for the Renault team to potentially catch up to the Nissan team. I mean, there's still a fight going on for the second place of the team championship eventually. And here we see Johannes Melis slowly catching up to the Nissans of Osborne and Bell. So he's quite fast eventually around the circuit. And here we see Melis being directly behind David. So it seems like the Nissans are having troubles with the tires potentially. Here we see Melis going for the same move as he did with Sinton. And he's by. David Osborne has no chance to defend eventually. And Melis is up a place. Great charge through the field again from Melis. And yeah, always seeing going a bit wide. Some aggressive defending here. And David might not be that happy with that defending. But at the end it was quite okay. There were no drama afterwards. And here we see the Fords eventually. Turri leading ahead of Cobb eventually. So once again a good race here from the Ford drivers. Even after the balancing. Yeah, we have to say it. Before this race there was an extensive program made to make every car equal. And I think they've succeeded with that. We've seen it in the qualifying laps. And this will prove to be vital for the action here. So good work here from everyone here who've participated in this. And here we see Turri coming now to the start-finish line. And he takes the first win of the weekend. Really good drive here by Lorenzo. Really well controlled. And this is eventually a Ford 1-2 again. So this time Turri ahead of Cobb. Unlike Snetterton where Cobb dominated this weekend. And now we have to look into the race results. Turri wins ahead of Cobb. Then Bell made us in fourth after falling back from last. After falling back to last position, I wanted to say. Sorry for that. Then we see Sneef in fifth and Osborne in sixth. So the mistake from Osborne has costed him dearly. Really unfortunate, but he will be a bit further ahead of the field than for the second race, at least in the starting grid. Simpson finished in seventh out of Hull and Packer, who had an interesting DNF, but sadly Matt won't participate in race 10-11, and this means that Simpson will start from pole position in race 2, ahead of Osborne and Sneef. So maybe Chris will be a bit happy about this. So he can now, maybe try to defend the lead successfully. And it's now time for race 2 of the weekend. And who has the better start? It looks like Simpton. And now we go into the first corner. Simpton successfully take the lead. And ahead of Osborne then. And the two Renaults are already side by side. Going down. And I don't know which Renault goes ahead. I think it was... it is Melis eventually. And there we see the Fords charging through the field. It was Kopp who made a really aggressive move there. And Mike has profited from this. He's now up to 4th overall. After the first couple of corners. Oh, there we see Packer going off. Oh dear, this is a weird place to lose the car eventually. But anyway, Packer's off the course. And he's now back on it. And now we go up the field again. And this is Melis now trying to attack Osborne. This is a good move. This is a good opportunity for him to go up the second. And he does. Good move there by Johannes Melis. He successfully tricked out Osborne here. And by simply accelerating better through that right corner there. Really good move there. And now we see Mike Bell, the teammate of David Osborne. And he comes now very close here. Seems like Melis has made a mistake. And now we go through the final corner. Oh, he's now alongside Osborne. This looks good for Mike. And will teamwork eventually pay off there? It does eventually, I think. Mike is through. Yes, he is. And David eventually lets Roy Kopp eventually through. So he thinks, okay, then if you're quicker, then go through. And so he plays the smart move eventually to just let them go by and maybe hope for a mistake from them. Here we see Lorenzo Turri on board. And he is eventually the last driver now of this pack. Okay, Osborne is eventually still in the pack. So, sorry David. And now we have a look from the outside view. Here we have Mike Bell, who's chasing Melis. Oh, Melis makes a mistake. This might be a chance on Mike. I think, is he alongside? No, he isn't. And now we go down again through that aggressive right corner. Roy is lagging. And he's tipped Mike. Oh, no. He sent Mike into a spin. That's unfortunate. This will drop Mike some positions here and some much needed time. Oh, that's unfortunate here for him. This will cost him dearly. And now we see Osborne making a mistake again. And he's being passed by Sneef and Bell. And Bell sees the chance to go by Sneef. Is he able to do this? Yes, he did. He does. What a move there. Potentially my candidate for Move of the Year. What a move there by Mike Bell. I have to say, really good job there. And now we are looking back to the leader here, or the pack, or the battle for the first position eventually, I should say. Simpton successfully, I just cannot speak properly today, so sorry. And Simpton now successfully takes the lead again, and he's doing it really, really well. So good job there by Chris. And looks like the Fords are having a nice little fight there with these two, because they're really, really quick today. And we will see how this pans out. So now we go. So now another lap has gone, and now Simpton goes through the first corner successfully. And look at how much they're following each other. This is so great to see. Maybe some nice screenshots there from this situation. This looks quite cool. So everyone is chasing each other. Here we see Turri again. From his view, he's behind Kopp. And so this is quite nice eventually to see these cars fighting each other. This is why I love this idea of reverse grids, because they have the view of how the drivers are faring in battles. Because if you're in front, I mean, you're not really able to show how you are doing a battle. And this is Melis now being attacked by Kopp. And Kopp goes a bit wide. Oh, there's some bumping there going on. And Now they are side by side here, coming through the start finish straight. And this will be vital, I think. Melis defensive position. Oh no, they've touched! They've touched again! And Melis was sent to the spin. And Mike Bell eventually hits him! This is unbelievable! Oh my goodness me! Wow! This is fantastic, as Murray would say. Wow, what the hell has happened? So here's it from Mike's. Oh, he was so unfortunate there, I would say. Oh dear. He had no chance to avoid Melis here. Here we have the view from Johannes. He just got tapped by Roy once. He was tapped twice. Yeah, and then he was... I'm not sure if Melis could have done anything to not return the circuit. I'm not sure here. But Mike sadly is the victim of this accident. And he had a puncture. And his car's badly damaged as well, I think. He's coming into the pits. And he's repairing the car. And just wants to drive home to at least take the points. And the better starting position, I would say. And here we have Turri going by Simpson now. Oh, he does. Yes, he does. Good move by Lorenzo there. There we see Roy again on charge. But he needs to find a way to go by. Because Simpson isn't making it easy. And it is his good right to block the attacks. Oh, Simpson is making a mistake there. He's making a huge mistake there. And Roy goes by quite easily there. So it's another fault 1-2. But the stewards will have a word with him after the race, I'm sure. Because this accident was, it was unnecessary there. And Sneef goes by as well, so Sneef is on the podium position. This would be his first podium after the 1992 season. I forgot which race it was, unfortunately. And now we see Melis and Osborne fighting. This looks like a good fight there. Melis is trying the same thing he's done with David, I think, in the earlier parts of the race. And Melis is by. Melis has gone by Osborne. And now we see Turri again. He's winning the second race of the weekend. There we see Mike Bell being lapped by Turri. But at least Mike is finishing. So he'll get the points. He'll get the starting position. And Turri will get the full points for the race win. And here we see the race results. And you'll see that Roy is in the top 6. Because he's got the penalty after that incident. And yeah, here we see the full results now. Turri wins this race ahead of Sneef, who takes second place. Well done to Michael after a long period of no podiums there. So really good job there by Michael ahead of Simpson, who finishes in third. Good job by Chris there. Melis finishes in fourth, then Osborne, then Bell. And then we see Roy Cobb in 7th position then after the penalty. And yeah, Pekka, who retired again sadly. But we haven't got it on camera, sadly, so, yeah, we don't know what happened to Pekka. And it will be a Mysterium. And will be a case of X Factor, potentially. But it's time for race number 3. And we already see the Sneevy lag. But Simpson now takes the lead. Ahead of Sneef, and Osborne goes wide there, I have to say. I'm sorry for some mistakes there. Just happens sometimes. And oh my god, this is looking really incredible there. And there we see Osborne start. Or is it Osborne? I'm not sure. Just lost the yes, it is Osborne. Because he was the one going wide. And Bell takes now 3rd position. I think Osborne's now dead last. So this mistake has costed him dearly. There we see the fault. I think is it Lorenzo or is it Roy? I have forgot it. But he goes by Melis quite easily here. But it's a risky part there to pass people. And it was Lorenzo, in fact. And there we see Mike Bell now chasing for the pack. And his first victim will be Sneef. And he goes by easily. So good move there by Mike. And oh, there we see Lorenzo fighting against Sneef. This was quite close there between these two. But still, nice battling here. And overall, I have to say, the battles this year are actually quite cool to watch. Oh, there we see Turri going wide. And now it's Bell take the lead there, ahead of Simpson now. Ooh, really good job there, my Mike. Even though it was close, but as a racing driver, you have to take the risks. And it was a good move there, and it was all fair between these two. And now we see Sneef passing Simpson. So Sneef is having a really, really good race weekend. And this is good to see. He's nearly on par with his teammate. After he was not really on the pace on the first couple of races. But now he's on pace again after the BOP. Oh, and we are seeing Sneef making a mistake again. And he's being repassed by Simpson. So this is a nice battle there going on. Oh, there we see a Ford being going. Yeah, he wanted to try it there, but it didn't work out. And there we see Lorenzo again, who's dropped behind Melis. And yeah, where does he want to pass? I think he hasn't got the chance for it. And oh, look at how close this is. This is the chance for Turri to go by again. And this is the chance he needed. And there he is, going by Melis. And he's now upper position there. This is actually quite intense battle for second. And Sneef has made a mistake in the same spot again. And this time it has cost him dearly. He's lost a lot of positions there. And now, yeah, we've lost the driver here in this fight. There we see Sneef again. He makes another mistake. Oh, this time makes a very, very big mistake. Oh, and he lets David by. Really, really fair here from Michael. There, we have to be honest here. Really fair from Michael. Oh no! And we see Roy hitting Melis again. This is unbelievable. Oh my goodness me. But at least fair play to him. He's waiting now for Melis to go by again. But this will make Melis' mood even better, I think. He will be quite angry after this. And now we see Turri passing Simpson. Good move there by Lorenzo. And yeah, he's now up to second, I believe. Or at least I think it is second. And now we see Sneef taking the position from Osborne there. This should be for third, I'm fairly sure. And yeah, sadly that's the end of the footage there, because the game just thought, no, if you want to record, the game will crash. So sadly, this will be the end of the footage. So here with the race results, Mike Bell is taking a well-deserved victory after the unlucky race 2 he had. And then he finished ahead of Turri in second. So not a full clean sweep hit there by Lorenzo. But I don't think he will be too bothered with it. And then we see Sneef in third again, beating his teammate Melis for fourth here, for third eventually, so sorry. Simpson fifth, Osborne sixth, and then we see Roy again in seventh, ahead of Packer, who finished this time. So he will take some points again in the independent championship, but I mean, who bothers really? I mean, it's just one driver, sadly. So if you're wanting to join this league as an independent driver, you can do this. So yeah, there we have the Drivers' Championship. So Turri is ahead of Bell and Cobb. So the three-way fight for the championship has begun. And yeah, then we see behind some gaps to form between third and fourth. And eventually now it's getting a bit closer here between Melis and Sneef. And Simpson is also waiting here for his chance to shine. And I think this will be an interesting championship there. And I won't count out David eventually. I mean, when his tracks are coming, he will be back, I'm fairly sure. Here are the Manufacturers' Championship standings, at least. Team Mondeo, I mean, it is clearly dominating there this season. Ahead of Nissan, then Renault. And Renault has called up quite good eventually after this weekend. Yeah, they're ahead of Toyota, Vauxhall, Peugeot, and the Parkland Toyota Junior team. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed this. So if you do, then drop a like and please subscribe for more. And I would say we see us soon for the next race of this championship. So see you soon.